No more dating. 15 reasons why some men prefer to be alone. All right, let's see what this has to say. Let me full screen. Oh, I like this way better. Okay. Are you curious about why many men are opting out of dating? We're exploring 15 compelling reasons that might change how you view modern romance. Join us for a deep dive into the hearts and minds of single and not looking. I'm curious what they have to say. There's 15 of them. Let's see what the first one's about. Career focus. While dictating their energy to climbing the corporate ladder or launching businesses, entering a relationship can be overwhelming. I don't think this is just men. Women do this too. So I don't think this is just exclusively for men. I mean, yeah, sure, you can say men, this is the reason why they're not doing it, but still, yeah, people are focused on the careers, which is something you should do when you're young. Really just focus on a career, get going somewhere, become more valuable, and then you'll be able to focus time later on a meaningful relationship. Fear of rejection. It stings when someone doesn't reciprocate your feelings. The thought of possibly being told no is enough to deter individuals from asking out anyone. I think, okay, this one I believe that this is really meant for men, because men have to deal with rejection way more than women. Men are usually the ones who have to ask women out, and men have to deal with a lot of rejection. I know I did. And it's hard. It picks away at you little by little, makes you feel less over time. Don't get me wrong, some women do. Some women experience rejection, like they try asking out a guy and they get rejected and they feel terrible. It's like, hey, that's how guys have to deal with every time when they're looking for romance. For most women, they just wait for someone to ask them out. And it's just easy for them to dictate yes, no. That's why I dislike these online dating apps, especially the free ones. You know, guys are there swiping right, trying to get a match, while women are swiping left a lot until there's finally a match. And then, even when you get matched, you get ghosted and feel rejected. It is rough out there. Financial concerns. Going on dates isn't cheap. The costs from dinners to movies add up quickly. In a world where many are budgeting tightly, the financial aspect of courting can be daunting. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the money to date, start focusing on yourself, like focusing on your career until you can get more money. It's so strange that, like, even today, if you try to split the check, it means like no or anything like that, or you're not a real man or anything like that. Yet if you try to pay the bill, then as a guy, depending on the woman, you can come off as a jerk. You know, you're trying to be dominant. This woman can support herself. Sometimes it can be a no-win situation for a guy, unfortunately. Let's see what the next one. Desire for independence. There's something to be said for freedom, not answering to anyone, making spontaneous decisions, or simply enjoying solitude. Men who value their free will are likely to find the thought of dating and compromising less appealing. I also don't think this is just men exclusive. This is also can be women for desire for independence, to really focus on yourself. For a lot of people, they just want to get up and leave. Get up, go vacation somewhere, get up, just go do something. And sometimes your partner does not want to. And then something you really want to do, you can't, right? And that bothers people, especially those who are just longing for independence. But that desire for independence, people like that, you're still running wild. You still have a lot of energy. You're probably not ready to settle down yet. Or, just settle and enjoy life with someone. So much energy, just willing to do things on your own. Online dating burnout. Well, just what I just mentioned earlier. Swipe fatigue is real. The endless cycle of profiles, messages, and occasional ghosting can be exhausting. Occasional ghosting? You mean constant ghosting? After a while, the effort appears unworthy, leading a few guys to withdraw from the dating scene entirely. So I can tell you an experience of like a typical guy in dating apps. You're trying to find the right person. You'll come across let's say 20 potential women you think will be really great. You swipe right on all of them. Next day, you don't hear any. And you feel rejected, you don't hear back. It's been like a week. So you get back on the app, you swipe another 20. Like these look really good. You might get one match, and then you try to send a message, you don't hear anything. They might even remove you as a match. It makes you feel terrible. It's really hard for guys to be like trying to, finally get someone that that hooks, who's willing to go on a date with you. You might finally match with someone, with them for a little bit, and then get ghosted. Maybe you chat with them, maybe you go schedule a date, you go to the date, they don't show up. It's a lot of frustration just because, it's free. And a lot of people don't take dating apps seriously. And it's frustrating when you're trying to take it seriously. And, a lot of women use it for validation purposes. They want to feel good. Like, oh, okay, I am desired. High standards. Knowing what you want is good, but sometimes a checklist for the perfect partner becomes a barrier. When expectations are high, finding someone who ticks all the boxes can feel impossible, which may discourage men from entering the dating pool. Again, I don't think this is just for men. This is women too. Having high expectations, high standards. First of all, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be like, how do I consider myself? Am I a very highly valued person? Do I have someone who has a lot of standards myself? Do I have high standards for myself? Therefore, I should find someone who has high standards for themselves, who's highly valuable. And this is a lot of problems because there'd be guys who are like average, maybe less average looking, less shape. They don't make a lot of money, yet they're shooting for 10s, right? And same for women. A lot of women who are not that attractive, below 5, and then they're trying to shoot for guys who are 10s. And even if you date someone who's that high of a standard, who's like way out of your league, who's to say that relationship's going to go far? They'll end up using you as a stepping stone. And then you'll feel used and you'll be mad, and then you're going to swear off the entire gender. Lack of confidence. Confidence plays a significant role when you are out on dates. Without it, making the first move can come across as scary. When men struggle with self-esteem, are likely to avoid the dating scene rather than face potential embarrassment or awkwardness. A lot of guys are expected to do a lot of first, right? First move, get the conversation going. You could say women should too, but they don't, because a lot of expectations are from the men. Yeah, they like, women like to talk about equality, this and that, but when it comes to dating, no, they want the men to be superior without saying that they are superior in certain ways. Like they make more money, they are dominant, they are the ones who carry the conversations, they are the ones who are funny, they're the ones who do a lot of things. But at the same time, not going to admit it out loud, just equality, we're the same. But I digress. For men, confidence, there's a lot of things you can do to build confidence. For example, like go to the gym. The gym makes you feel good because you accomplished something hard. When you do things and you accomplish something that's difficult, like trying to make money, a side hustle, your own business, lots of things that make you feel good about yourself when you accomplish difficult things will boost your confidence. And if you're always someone who's always accomplishing things, you're going to feel good. No, it doesn't help if you accomplish things, getting achievements on video games. That's not going to boost your confidence. You need to do real world things. Do real man things. Content being single. Simply put, several guys are happy on their own. They enjoy their own company, lead fulfilling lives, and don't notice the absence of a partner. For them, courting isn't a priority because they're content as they are. I don't think this is bad for a mindset to really enjoy yourself and go out, because then you kind of have this vibe that, you're just happy, you get things done, you're confident, people will come attracted your way, they'll come out of nowhere. Those are always the best relationships where it's just, you didn't expect it at all, and then you start dating someone, and then before you know it, you're in a relationship, and it's great because you hit it off so well. Sometimes, it's just, if you're really trying to find a relationship, it just doesn't work out. Because you already come off frustrated. And then other people feel it, they sense it, and they don't want to be around you. But when you're feeling good, and you least expect it while you're single, boom, you find someone you vibe with. It always happens. Unrealistic media portrayals. Movies and TV shows often paint an unrealistic picture of love. These fantasies can set expectations that genuine relationships can't be met. I feel like this is more for women than it is men. Because I feel like women are screwed up from Disney movies and all these rom-coms and whatnot of what it is to find the perfect man, the tall, handsome, rich, funny guy in great shape. They're trying to get all these high standards checked, but they can't find them, or they won't go out with them, or maybe they do, but they cheat on them, and it's really hard to find that right one. Very, very, very few women find that right guy. But that woman has to be, very attractive, smart. Look yourself in the mirror and see where you stack up and what you truly deserve. Let's go with the next one. Fear of commitment. Hesitation towards commitment involves more than just the present moment. It considers a future possibility spanning years. Individuals cautious about taking such a significant step find the option of remaining single to be a more secure path. If you're scared of commitment, you're just not ready. You're not in the right mindset to be in a serious relationship. And you should probably tell anyone you're dating that. If you're able to get dates without too much trouble, but you have a fear of commitment, you might want to let them know, like, hey, I don't think I want to be in a serious relationship. I just want to date. In other means, that means, hey, I just want to get laid, but I don't want any commitment. Some might say yes, some might run away. But you should be honest with people. Bad past experiences. A heartbreak can leave scars. Past romances that end on a sour note can make the idea of starting a new intimacy. Rather than risk going through the pain again, a few men may opt to steer clear of dating altogether. Again, this isn't just men, this is women too. I mean, I can speak for myself. I've been in a terrible, bad breakup that I get pissed off at the entire gender. I just don't want to deal with women. Not right now. Nothing serious. It happens. Happens to both sides. We just swear off the entire gender. You're pissed off the entire gender because of one person. That one person is not the representative of the entire gender. They just happen to be a bad person who happens to be of that gender. So I urge people, man or woman, bad breakup, that person's not the representative of everyone of that gender, men or women. They just happen to be a crappy person. There's good people all around. It's just a matter of finding them. It's also a matter of being attracted to good people because people struggle with that too, which is unfortunate. Pressure to settle down. This is very similar to commitment, right? Society often expects us to follow a specific path, date, marry, and have kids. Men experiencing these societal pressures without actually sharing these expectations often see dating as advancing toward a future they have no desire to embrace. Again, you got to be honest what you want, like right away. Don't hide it expecting that someone will change. Do not expect people to change, please. For the love of God, don't do it. If you're dating a guy who seems great, but he's addicted to cocaine, and you think you can fix him, don't do it. It always ends terribly. Maybe they're addicted to porn, and you think, oh, if he's around me, he'll stop watching porn. No, they're addicted to porn. It's going to bother you in the future. Those are red flags. Stay away. There's many red flags. And if you see them, address them. Talk to them about it and see if it's something that you're willing to handle. I know no one's perfect, but talk to them like, hey, I notice you do this a lot. You yell at your mom a lot. Can I expect you to be yelling at me if we develop a relationship? Figure that out. Desire for variety. Men's interests in what they look for in partners shift along the way. Initially, they may pressure certain traits, but these preferences often transform. This evolution prompts a pause in dating activities until they know their true desires. Again, this is both men and women. And this sounds like an insecurity. You don't know what you're looking for. You're probably attracted to people that's not a good fit for you. That's not going to develop a lasting relationship for you. And you're probably not ready to date. You're not in the right mindset. Or at least be in a committed relationship. Again, it's one of those things that an honest conversation can settle. You might like someone a lot, and if you feel worried that if you say this about yourself, that they might not like you anymore, at least you're honest. And they deserve that too. Just the same way that you deserve honesty from them. Like, hey, they're only around until you find out later in the relationship, they were only around me because they needed something out of me. They were using me. And it makes you feel bad. So just nip it from the bud. Time constraints. Our lives are busier than ever. Between work, hobbies, and social obligations, finding time for dating can be a challenge. Integrating dating into their lives isn't worth it for those who pack schedules. I mean, this is your priorities, right? What's more important to you? If you truly like someone, you truly want to go on a date with someone, you'll make time for them. If someone really likes you, they'll make time for you. If they're always responding to you that they're busy, it means they're trying to get out as painless as possible. That's what it means. I mean, People don't want to be honest, say, hey, this isn't working out. They'd rather just keep telling you they don't have time until they hope that you don't say anything anymore. And that you get the hint, right? Guys cannot get hints. I'm sorry, ladies. Disillusionment with love. There is a possibility that men have become disillusioned with the concept of love, whether from personal experience or observing others. This skepticism can lead to a lack of interest in pursuing romantic relationships, favoring a solitary life instead. Again, this goes for men and women. Some people just don't understand how to make love work. It's a matter of finding someone you just vibe with, on the same frequency with, you sync with. If you like going to church on Sundays, and someone you think you love does not like to go to church, that might wear on you over time. If the person is a bad boy, they're probably not going to change because of you. Like this illusion that you'll change someone, it's not going to work. And I don't know why people go for challenges and try to change someone and feel accomplished that they made them into a better person and now they're truly in love. It's not a TV show. It's not a reality show. It's not a movie. This is real life. Find someone with shared values. Let's see some comments because this is the last of this. One comment says, well, sometimes it's tiring to be compared to all the other guys out there. Like that's motivation. It isn't. It's insulting and it kills spirit and everything. Women don't like to be compared with other women, but it's okay to down someone even if they're trying. She's got the better house, she's got the better car, she's got the better this and that. Nothing is ever good enough. Yes, it's tiring. I've already got to the why brother point. Why bother point rather, not brother. But yeah, I mean, sounds like someone's experienced a lot of frustration with other women. And it gets to a point where you start viewing women the same. And women start viewing men the same. Like both people are guilty of this. Until you can finally figure out what you truly want, what you truly value, you'll be able to separate them. One person says, spot on with this article, very true, as I can relate. I feel like a lot of this isn't just men. There's women guilty in a lot of these topics too. Not all of them, but most of them, I'd say. I've been single before, I've been attached before. Sometimes I ask myself, which made me happier? Being in a relationship isn't always the clear winner, especially when we're a bad match. And that's a problem. And that's one way to figure out what you're really looking for in a relationship. You will have to go through bad relationships. It's bad. It's part of life. But you start to understand what's more valuable to me. You finally get the date with the hottest woman you've ever had in your life. It turns out that she's a terrible person. She yells at the waitress. She's a crazy person. She throws things. She's violent. But yet, hey man, I've never dated a chick so hot in my life. It's not going to work. There's nothing wrong with being a good person. Sometimes guys feel like, oh, you have to be a jerk to attract the right woman. No, it's not true. I know there's plenty of women who are attracted to jerks. I get it, man. I get it. But not all of them. There's going to be women who are just frustrated with jerks. They really want a good guy. You could be that good guy. Maybe you're the good guy who likes mountain climbing. And she happens to like mountain climbing. Your values start matching together. And then before you know it, you're going on a date. But I know it's not simple. Yeah, it requires a lot of patience. And it requires to adjust your personality. Just be a good person. Be who you are. That's the big one. Be who you are. Not try to be something to attract a certain type of person. Just be who you are. The right person will come around. I know it's going to be a while. I get it. I get it. But I believe it's more important that you don't compromise, become someone you're not. Because if you become someone you're not, and then you finally attract someone, and then over time they find out that you're not the person you were making yourself to be day one, you start slowly becoming who you truly are, then it doesn't work out, then you get mad. And the entire gender again, you have a bad breakup and all this. Anyway, I think I'll stop from right there. I do look forward to your comments, so please comment below. If you agree, disagree, whatever, if you want to just say something. I do read comments. And if you made it this far, hit the subscribe button. I think I deserve it. And hit the like button. Until next time. Bye.